morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's just say 85% compatibility with someone. That's fucking take it.
Look when he was VP to now. You look when he was VP to now. You look when he was VP.
Mockler is, Harry Littman is, Boston Bryan is, etc. Hey, I thought I had seen the Blue Angels somewhere. Not at George, but I thought it's... I just come a running when someone says the word cookie. Here I am. Well, thank you, Nick Rich, for being here. I do appreciate you so much for always...
J.D. Vance.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's quite weird.
What was weird was him joking about racism.
Any of that drama. I haven't watched any of it since Tuesday. So the last thing I...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
All right, the mic should be on. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Let's see if I get a little anything here. Hello. Let's see. This thing's not on. Oh. Anything here? All right, I guess you can hear me. I know I have ghost hat. I can see I've got the ghost hat going. I don't know. But anyhow, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. I'm just trying to get everything going. Got the new microphone. Hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear. Let me know in the comments how the audio sounds. And I know I've got ghost hat. I don't know if I want to adjust that or not. Maybe I will play with that in a little bit. But first of all, let me say good morning to everybody. Here it is. It's 11:19 in the Pacific time zone. I have Ghost Arm too. Maybe there's not enough light in here. I need to get more light. Um, let's see. I do have the ring light. Let's see if that fixes it. Turn that on. That helps. I don't know. Do I still have Ghost Arm? It's weird. Anyhow, it's 11:19 Pacific time. It is already over 100 degrees. It's 101. It's supposed to hit a high of 108, I believe, today on this beautiful day in August 10th. Kamala Harris is going to be here in Las Vegas today. I did sign up to go. I have my invite, my instructions, and what to do. I might go. I might not go. I don't know. I just don't know if I feel like. I guess in my old age, I don't really like going to places where I have to stand around and wait for long periods of time. I can imagine the doors open at 1. It's going to be at Thomas and Mack Arena, which is a huge arena at the UNLV campus. They closed the doors at 4, I think 4 or 4:30. So I would imagine Kamala and and Tim. I guess Tim's going to be there. The whole thing. This is the whole barnstorming part of their deal, their campaign, and so I imagine things would start not too long after they close the doors. By closing the doors, like letting more people in, I guess is what that means. Um, might not be starting till 4:30, 5 o'clock. Who knows? I don't know. I don't relish the thought of relish the right term of like going and waiting and being in a big crowd and all that kind of stuff. So I don't. I might go. I might not go. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not really sure. Anyhow, let's say hi. I got Fancy. Fancy, never fear. Fancy's here. Fancy's listening while working. Oh, that's one way of doing it, and I appreciate you being here. Walter Makarovich is here. We got Ask. The new Mea Culpa, worth the listen. Oh, that's the Michael Cohen podcast or live stream or whatever we're calling these things. Fancy gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Fancy, for. Let me go to all messages. But thank you for that. That was very nice of you to help support the show. And Carrie C got that one. All right. Thank you, Fancy. Let's see. Fancy, I'm going back to work. I'll be away listening. All righty. Well, we'll know that you're here in listening. Walter Makarovich says, "Hey, Trucker John, very despicable lie from Trump about helicopter accident. People died in that wreck, and he keeps lying." Yeah, well, we know that Donald Trump is just totally despicable, disgusting, vile human being, and that really is a calling him a human being might be a stretch. Alvin Stube is here. Good to see Alvin. Thanks for coming on by. Welcome everybody. I just woke up actually at 10:30. I had my alarm set at 10:30, and then, but man, usually I wake up well before the alarm, but I just slept all the way till that time because I was up kind of late. I was Ubering and then charging the thing and the car and everything. And by the time I got home and got to bed, it was like, I don't know, 3:30 in the morning, and I just slept all the way till 10:30. So I did get a good what's that, 7 hours or so. So, but I'm just waking up, guys. I apologize if I'm a little groggy, a little out of it here. Susan McIntosh is here. Hello to Susan. Susan, good to see you. Robin M is in the driver's lounge. Hey, all, TJ. I missed the fake helicopter story. Whose helicopter crashed and when? That was the deal. I believe what we're talking about is when Trump, in his roundabout, weird ass way, was trying to slam Kamala Harris for having a relationship with Willie Brown, who was, from California. He was like the former mayor, I guess, of San Francisco or all this kind of shit, or Oakland, I guess. And so So Trump was trying to say he knows Willie Brown really well because they were in this helicopter crash, or not. It wasn't a crash, but it was a near crash or something. Had a hard landing or something went wrong, and that story turned out to be completely 100% false. Willie Brown was like, I was never in a helicopter with him. I don't know what he's talking about. And then there are people saying that actually he meant Governor Brown with Jerry Brown. It's just the weird ramblings of Donald Trump's weird ass mind, and he's totally losing it. Uh, you know, I mean, they have the nerve to talk about Joe Biden, and Joe Biden is still conducting business. He's still operating. He's still doing a great job as president. And then their guy, Trump, is just a total mess, and we're seeing him just really in real time fall apart, I believe. Hey, we got Tom Bias is here. Good to see Tom. It says, okay, that's enough. I don't know what that's about. Cian says, hi, TJ, and all in the chat. Hello, Cian. Thanks for being here. Welcome. Tom Bias is laughing. I'm not sure what we're laughing about. Not sure about that. Robin M., I read that Walter helicopter ride with former Mayor Brown. Colleen Turpin is here, laughing. Good to see Colleen, and thanks for being here. And I'm glad you guys could laugh. I don't know what we're laughing about. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. Sometimes I miss stuff. Tom Bias says the audio is good. David Windler's here. I don't know what 5x5 means, but you guys are kicking me on my toes here. I'm trying to figure out what you guys are talking about. I must have got you. Susan McIntosh not going back. That's the great, sort of a rallying cry that's been developed in the Kamala Harris campaign. Tom Bias, green haze. Yeah, there's a bit of green haze. Yeah. Susan says that the sound's good. The reason I'm asking about the sound is I got my new little microphone. So hopefully it sounds, and hopefully it's on. I got a solid green light, so it should be on. So hopefully the sound is better than what it has been. If you guys have listened to the show in the past, I was using just the mic off the phone, and it was a little echoey, a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I don't think it was that bad. But when I was on the Tara Devlin show, was a couple weeks ago, the first thing she said is, do you have a mic? And I said no, and she said, well, you should get one. So I got one. It's just a lavalier mic. It's not like a big studio mic or anything like that. And I did fashion my own little sort of a boom arm here. I by duct taping I've got a little tripod and a little selfie stick, and for good measure, a potato chip bag clip, all designed. Now, if you remember, I did make some videos, some sort of behind-the-scene videos, showing me sort of set this whole thing up and all that kind of stuff. So if your membership has its benefits, I made some members-only videos about it. But here, I'll just show real quick. Maybe, hopefully this won't mix the whole thing up. But here's my rig. Look at there, potato chip bag. I've got that because I want to. That helps it get the angle I want and helps it keep from falling down. But right here, I know I'm probably coming in really hot because I'm close here. But there's my little lav mic, and so hey man, I was a truck driver for 20 years. I was out on the road, and you kind of learn how to improvise. And duct tape is one of your tools. It's one of your handy tools that you use. So anyhow, hopefully the sound is a little better, the audio. And hey, there's Mike H. Go see Camel Toe. Okay, whatever. I don't know what that's about. I mean, I know what a camel toe is, but I don't know who you're referring to. If you're referring to me or Kamala Harris, I don't know. But it sounds like something disgusting that Mike H. would try to bring up. So good morning, Mike H. The way to start off. Don O'Leary is here. Don, good to see you. Good morning, Don. She's saying, Suzanne's saying go. Suzanne says, as long as they have toilets, go. And if I go, yeah, I guess I would go and either I would video it or maybe try to live stream it. I don't know. But when you're in those type of places, you're indoors, you're in an arena. The the signal might not be that great. You've got a million people in there, and everyone has their iPhone or their phones and cell phones going, and that could, sort of interfere with the signal or whatever. I could just video it and post a video, or just not. Maybe I'll just go and enjoy myself and not even worry about it. I don't know. But Nick Rich is here. Nick is like number 15. As that's a reminder, we got 35 watching, 27 likes. So we've got some laggers, I guess, or maybe people who just checked in and left already, or whatever. But we only have 27 thumbs up, so let's get those thumbs ups going. Now, when I was trying to do some notifications here. Maybe do that real quick. I was a little slow on the uptake on that. Let me get some of these out while we wake up, because I know you guys are all just as sleepy and tired as I am. No. Let's see here. I guess that's probably all I'll do. Maybe I'll do one more. Maybe I'll post a little notification over on Threads. Are you guys on Threads? I'm on all these different social platforms, and except X. I left X after being on what was Twitter, and then it became X. I was on that platform for about, I think, 15 years. And then I went ahead and I left it because it's just such a cesspool over there. And I urge everyone, I think everyone should just get off of X. I don't care. People say, well, there's a good place to find trending news or whatever. You know what? You want trending news, you come here to Trucker John. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, there's all kinds of other places to get your trending news. I think everyone should just leave X. Anyhow, Mod Day is here. Robin M, and yet her vids get hundreds of thousands of views. She must be doing something right. What did I miss something that Robin M said? I don't know. But if we're talking about Kamala Harris or whoever, yeah, Kamala Harris is doing a lot right. Raised over $300 million for her campaign, and I think, and for other Democrats. Doing a great job. Butterflies are free. Says great. Do-it-yourself Trucker John. The sound is a lot better and more clear. Okay, I appreciate the feedback, because I want to. It's hard for me to know exactly how it's sounding, even though I mean I could listen to the playback. But in real time, it is hard for me to know how it sounds and all that stuff. Susan says, "Good idea, video, and give us a report." All right, you guys. I should go. I should just stop being so lazy, and I should just go. You're right. Doggone it. You're right. Hey, Paul Sharkey Man is here. Says hi, TJ and the truckers. TJ and the truckers. Richard is watching from Australia, 4:30 a.m. Wow. Well, I appreciate you being up at such an early hour and checking us out over here. Thank you, Richard, for being here. Minus Kevin Anderson is here. Denise Wilkins says at Mike H, do you have a see you next Tuesday? I guess. Like your name proclaims. I don't know about that, but yeah. Robin M says, well, that's his new term of degrading for Maggie. Mike H, just simmer, Mike H, simmer down. Roxanne, Paul Sharkymanian, hello there, sweetie, hello there, sweetie. Tamara Price is here. Good to see Tamara. Thanks for joining us. Tim Nelson, one of our resident Tims, is here. Saying hi to Fancy. I believe Fancy is not at the keyboard. Fancy's doing some work, but hopefully listening. So by me reading your post, she knows that you said hello. Let's see. Mod Day figures, Robin, that's all he's got. That's all he's got. Richard says Harris and Walls will soon be dancing the waltz. There you go. There you have it. This it's great. They're off to a great start. They just got to keep it going. They just got to keep the momentum going. And what are we at? 88 days or something like that. 87 days. We just got to keep the momentum going. Make sure we get everyone out to vote, man. Because when we show up, we win. And I'm talking about by we. Talking about Democrats, of course. But for those of you in other countries, I know you might not know, like, like what we is. What is we? And it is. I'm a Democrat. I'll just let you know. I'm a lifelong Democrat. I vote blue for all the things that are dear to me. Wait, I didn't vote blue for all the things that are dear to you. But whatever. It's a work in progress. But I vote blue. I vote Democrats. I've never voted for Republicans. I've never liked the party. I've never liked their platforms. I've never liked their ideologies for the most part. I've always seen them as really just being a party for the rich, the uber rich corporations, and everything that they do that's they might say or promote that's outside of that is only to try to pander to the religious right and even to nationalists, white nationalists, and things like that. They're just pandering. They're trying to get these groups to follow them because otherwise they would never get elected to anything. They wouldn't have the votes. So I've never been a Republican. Never been a fan of the Republican Party. I've always been a Democrat. So when I say we, I'm talking about the Democrats, Democratic Party, Democratic candidates, things of this nature. All right, all right. Robin M says, I mentioned Maggie Haberman. Oh, yeah, Maggie Haberman has now lost her charm with the orange one. Oh, now calling her maggot. Yeah, you know what? And maybe that should be a lesson to Maggie Hagerman, because she has been sort of, it seems like, carrying his water a little bit, right? In the past here. And so now she says something that he doesn't like, and he immediately turns on her. That should be a lesson to her and everyone else, man. Everyone else, anyone who has shown any type of loyalty to him, or anything like that, the minute that they do something that he might not like, that he just turns right on them. This loyalty thing it's a one-way street with Donald Trump. He wants everyone to be loyal to him, but he has no loyalty for anyone else. Tom Bias got to keep watch for the Democratic convention. That's going to be I think that's going to be a fun event to watch. Unlike the RNC, which that was horrible. It was a snooze fest. It was full of old, washed up, has-been losers, as far as I'm concerned. And then Donald Trump got on there and just really put everyone to sleep with ended up doing just basically his rally that he does for like 2 hours or over 2 hours. I mean, oh my God, it was horrible. Richard said voting in America should be mandatory. I know, Richard, you brought that up before, and every time you're on. So I don't know. I have my. I don't really agree with that. I think this is a free country. You should have freedom of choice. If you want to vote, you vote. If you don't want to vote, you don't vote. But I do think that everyone should vote. Everyone who's an eligible voter should vote. Having said that, I don't think it should be mandatory. It just kind of goes against my ideas of a free country, about freedom of expression. It's sort of like a First Amendment thing, the way I look at it. I know you guys don't have First Amendment and all that kind of stuff, but we do. Paul Sharkymania says, Roxy, he's saying hello to everybody. Nick Rich, Tim, Midas Kevin, Tamra. And little hearts, by the way. There's hearts in there. That means, I guess, love. I'm not good at emoji, guys. I'm not good at emoji. Diane, Denise, Alvin, CN, and then a bunch of emojis, thumbs ups, and then some sort of crazy face thing that I don't know what that means, and another heart, and then some sort of maybe I have no idea what that one is. American flag, gay pride flag, and British flag. Richard said popular vote, only not the electoral system. Yeah, I don't like the electoral system. The electoral college, I think that needs to be done away with, but that takes a big act of Congress. That takes a constitutional amendment, and we need to have the numbers to do that. Ask says blue dots are everywhere in the USA, and more than just blue dots. We got some big giant splotches of blue. Tom Bias says conservatives must have been a term created by corporations. And yeah, well, I don't know. The conservative and liberal, all those labels, they've been around a long time, and they've been and they're different in different places. I mean, different countries, different in Europe and in England. Conservative and liberal might have a whole different meaning than the way we think of it here in America. That's why I don't really like those terms, because they've been sort of bastardized, I think, especially conservative. Someone will just say, I'm a conservative, and that's good enough, and that guy's a conservative. Donald Trump claims to be a conservative or whatever. I'm just, and so I'm a conservative and he's a conservative, so I'm just going to vote for him, even though the man is a despicable, like we say, he's a pedo rapist. He's raped underage girls. He's raped overage girls, I guess, or whatever. He's a rapist. He's just that alone should be disqualifying to be president of the United States, for God's sakes. But people are like, no, those are all false accusations or whatever. That's what they'll say. But he's conservative, and I'm a conservative, so I'm going to vote for him. That's why I don't like labels. The one label that I'll use for myself is Democrat. And sometimes, if I'm pressed to it, I guess I'll call myself a liberal, or in some cases a progressive or whatever. But I think it all kind of blends together, because I think Democrats and liberals and progressives, we all kind of we should at least be wanting the same thing, and that is, as far as ideologies go, we should be wanting to help the American people and really help expand the middle class and get more and more people out of low income and poverty and into the middle class. That's how I look at the Democratic Party. And we have, the way we do those things is through things like, supporting unions, supporting higher wages, supporting child tax credit, for instance, supporting a universal healthcare system. Like the shortcut term is Medicare for all, right? Things like that. That's how I look at the Democratic Party, is doing things to help the middle class, the working class people, and helping more people to get out of poverty and low income and into the middle class. The way I look at the Republican Party is they are really just sort of like lobbyists for the uber rich. They're there to promote the needs of the uber rich and the uber rich corporations that want zero taxes and little regulation as possible. Basically, that's it in a nutshell. Sia says that he raped his wife. Talking about Trump, she did testify to that, and I think she had to retract that. We're talking about Ivana Trump, right? And I think it was in one of her books, so I believe that that's true. But I think she ended up retracting some of that so she wouldn't get completely cut off from, money, I guess. I'm just looking back in the chat. I kind of see if I missed what I missed when I was ranting there. Walter Makarevich says, I do know Trucker John with freaks like Aiden Ross on Maggie's side we can't lose. Return of the Mac is here. It has some sort of a thing here. Looks like Return of the Mac might be a maggot based on that post. I'm not even going to read it because it's stupid. I don't know if that's satire. Is that irony or whatever? I don't know. I don't want to misread it. It sounds like some sort of thing there, like for MAGA. I don't know. Richard said voters in Australia are fined $80 if they don't vote. And there are people here that have mentioned that before here in America, and that we should do that here, something like that. I don't know. Like I say, I believe in freedom. If you don't want to vote, don't vote. If you do want to vote, vote. I just encourage everyone to vote, especially if you're a Democrat. I think everyone should vote. Make sure you're registered. Check your registration, um, and get out there and vote. It's not that hard to vote, folks. It's not that hard. Well, okay. I've always been sort of spoiled, I guess, because I've always been in most of my life, born and raised in California. It was always easy to vote there. Uh, I only learned, really, I think, during the Obama campaign of how difficult it was for people to vote in some of these red states. Uh, so yeah, I shouldn't just say it's so easy to vote, because it might not be in the red states where they really clearly try to make voting as difficult as they can, because they do know that the more that people vote, or the higher turnout, it usually results in more Democrats winning. That's why they obstruct. That's why they do everything they can to obstruct the vote. And so that's why we have to make sure that we do vote, no matter what. And Return of the Mac, if you keep spamming, well, I guess I reread that. But if you are spamming, I'll look later, you will be removed. Susan McIntosh, I think voting could be mandatory, sort of like paying taxes or civic duty. Yeah, I'm against it. Now, maybe we could just have like automatic registration where everyone is registered, and every U.S. citizen who becomes of voting age is automatically registered. Something like that, I might be in favor of. But I'm just, But hey, it's one of those things. It doesn't really. I mean, we can talk about it, but it doesn't exist. So I don't know right now, currently. So I don't know. Cia says 1 man equal 1 vote. William's here. Says, hey, TJ and everyone else. Good to see you, William. Thanks for being here. Every now and then, give me a sound update. Let me know if the audio is okay. I'm just looking. And here's what I forgot to do. I didn't charge any. I didn't plug anything in. I forgot to plug in the iPad. I forgot to plug in the mic. I didn't plug in my phone. If everything goes black all of a sudden, it's because everything died. But I should have enough charge, hopefully. But if the mic suddenly goes out or something, it's because I didn't charge it. And if the iPad goes out, that won't affect you, but I just won't be able to see your chats as well, because I'll have to look at this camera, and then that's harder to read the chats up here on the camera there. Hey, Paul Sharkimania says, saw on an interview on BBC Today Trump's nephew talking about Trump in his new book. Oh yeah, he just confirms what we know about Trump. It's true, he is a racist crook. Yeah, and that's the nephew, right, who has the like handicapped son, and that Trump said, well, why don't you just let him die? He doesn't even recognize you, or something like that. And he's also the nephew, because I believe he's Mary Trump's brother, right? And Mary Trump and I think this is Fred III. When their father died, they inherited a bunch of money, but I guess they were still under 18, so the money was put into a trust that was run by, apparently, Donald Trump, and I think his sister, whatever her name is, she might be another Mary or something, I don't know, but whatever the fuck her name is. And of course, Donald Trump, being the crook, disgusting, vile piece of shit that he is, he wound up somehow stealing all that money. It was like tens of millions of dollars. And when Mary and Fred III became of age to collect that money, it was gone. It was all gone. Because Trump, the so-called supposedly billionaire, he's supposedly a multi-billionaire, he just couldn't keep his greedy little paws off of this little trove of money. That's what a fucking dick he is. So you maggots, any maggots in the audience here, that's your guy. That's your guy right there. He says to his nephew, just let your handicapped son die. Because and that's the thing. That's why they. And the reason I bring that up, the whole thing is, so Fred the third said, "Okay, look, you stole all our money. I don't have any money, and I have a son now who needs medical care, medical attention. Uh, can you at least set up some sort of a fund, a medical fund for my son?" And they were like, "Okay, we'll do that." Like, twist my arm type of thing. He didn't want to do it, Trump. So they did it, and I guess some of the other family members who have money, they put together this little fund, and then lately it's been running out because they haven't been putting any money into it. And that's when Trump said, "Why don't you just let him die?" So Fred III wouldn't be asking for that money if Trump hadn't stolen his inheritance in the first place. See how all that works? And that's the guy that these maggots love, because they think he is just the greatest thing since sliced bread or something. But you maggots, you're fucking idiots. I was at a MAGA rally here in Vegas, and they were calling me a fool because I made my opinion known how I felt about Trump. In the Lion's Den, I was surrounded by maggots, and I was telling them that Trump is a racist, he's a rapist, and he should be nowhere near the levers of power. And people were closing in on me, and they were calling me a fool, but I was just a fool. I think that was just more projection on their part. I might be a fool in some areas, I'm sure. But when it comes to this, I think I see very clearly what a vile, disgusting piece of shit that Donald Trump is. So for all you maggots out there that may be listening, your guy is the guy who said, just let your son die. But then, and he's the one who stole this guy's inheritance, so he couldn't. That's why he was coming to them for the money, because of Donald Trump's thievery. Donald Trump is a thief. He's a con man. He's ruined so many lives. He's a life ruiner. Walter McCarovich says that Trump has 5 children by 3 different women, very prejudicial, very Christian. And it's not just that, but those are good points, but it's very hypocritical, right? It's so hypocritical, and they want to try to, slut shame Kamala Harris, saying that basically she slept her way to the top or whatever. And this is coming from a man, I use that term loosely, describing Donald Trump, who, like you said, Walter, has 5 children from 3 women that we know of. He's probably paid for how many abortions, has sex with porn stars, all that kind of stuff. That's okay. That's the double standard that we have. So yeah, all you maggots out there, you have hitched your pony to a lying rapist, con man, traitor. You should be so proud. You should be so proud. Ginger's mom is here. Good to see Ginger's mom. Says Harrison Walls bring me joy. Yes, and joy is absolutely the buzzword. That's one of the big words coming out of this. Tim Walz used it in his first speech after he was announced. And it's just been, everyone's been talking about the joy. Yes, absolutely. It's what I feel too. Richard says in Australia we have Medicare for all. And that's what I think we should strive for here. Medicare for all, or in a more general sense, universal health care. Steve says, I think we will have Medicare for all and paid family leave. We will if we keep voting for Democrats. And we get Democrats in the majorities in the House and the Senate, and we have the White House, we could do it. But if we keep electing Republicans, then we will never get it. Denise Wilkins says, so Trump called Kamala Harris a bitch. Imagine that he won't lock down a debate with her, but she's the B. I think we all know who the B is. Yeah, he's a PAB. Donald Trump is a PAB. Richard says Trump is set be sent to Siberia. Well, at least maybe his immediate family. I don't know about Mary and Fred the Third. Okay, if we go into extended family, but yeah, maybe the Ivanka, Eric, Don Jr., and Jared. Yeah, they should all be. Donald Leary says the NDA was close to expire. Well, it wasn't out window. Who has the NDA? I don't know. Oh, I get it. Okay, so then Dave Willard, Don, yes, fell downstairs. Oh, about the Ivana, her untimely death. Yeah, that thing is all totally sus. Totally sus. Richard says Australia voting is treated as a holiday. And that's the thing we could do here. People talk about that election day should be like a national holiday. Of course, the Republicans are against that because, again, like I said, they don't want anything that's going to promote voting. They only want there's a small select group of people to vote. And even in their Project 2025, we look at that. I mean, they would love to repeal voting rights for women, voting rights for African Americans. They would like it to go back to just a few of the wealthy landowners. They would love that. Tom Bias says automatic registration with a high school diploma or citizenship naturalization. Yeah, I'm really far behind because we're talking about things that I mentioned 20 minutes ago. So, Steve Sayre says I'm kind of with Hal on the ID thing. Everyone gets a government ID at birth. Well, yeah, that's if the Republicans are always talking about ID, voter ID, and so that's what Hal says. Okay, sure, fine. Make sure that it's government issued and it's free and it's easy to replace if you lose it, all that kind of stuff. Not make it where, in this county or in this district, we're only taking hunter's licenses or whatever, some crap like that. It has to be straight across the board, a national thing across all 50 states and all the territories, or wherever the voting is, to be this national ID. It's like like we're talking about universal healthcare. This would be like a universal ID. Everyone gets it. And it's free to get. It's not where you live on a reservation and you got to drive 200 miles, the closest place to get an ID, and it's only open for 2 hours a day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and some kind of crap like that, right? It has to be easy to attain, but it's government backed, so it's official. That's what I was saying. So fine, if you want voter ID, then this is the way you got to do it. We can't do it where it's all this sort of hopscotch thing. I feel like I hear an echo. I don't know, but we can't have where one state says this or one district does it this way. We're only going to take this kind of ID and this kind of ID. It can't be a hopscotch thing. It has to be universal. Richard said, Trucker John and Hal Sparks are the best. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. I'll take compliments. I'll take the compliments all day long. Thank you very much. But thanks, Richard. I appreciate that. I got this guy here, Danny DeLito. I was just trying to kind of pre-read the post a little bit to make sure I'm not just reading something I don't want to read, but it looks like this is okay. So first of all, Danny DeLito, good to see you. I don't believe I've ever seen you before. So thank you and welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button if you would. But Danny DeLito says, in Denmark, you don't have a voter registration. It's simply a civil right to vote, but you don't have to vote. It's a civil right to vote. Yeah, you don't have voter registration. But I like that we have registration. That way, that is the vetting process. because people are always talking about, oh, illegal people are voting, or ineligible people are voting. And when you register to vote in your state, the state AG or the state secretary of state or the state, I don't know, voter registrar office, whatever, they check your background. They make sure you are who you say you are, and then they'll send you back in the mail a little voter registration card. You know, everything is cool, and it's copacetic, and you're in, and all that kind of stuff. And now we can check online, voter.org. It'll take you right to every um, wherever you live in the states, in the United States. You can go to voter.org and vote.org, and it has the links provided. It'll take you to your state, and you can check your voter registration, make sure you are registered and up to date and good to go. And so those are good things we have here. So Richard says Trump is a wannabe dictator. Yeah, he definitely is. Paul Struckemanian, disabled son, cut him out of the will. Well, talking about Fred the Third. Fred the Third was not disabled. His son is disabled. Richard just backing me up here. It says Trump is a con man and a charlatan, and much more. It's like, I think that, we think of con man and we think of, like, I don't know, The Sting or something. The old Paul Newman and Robert Redford movie, and there's like this charm to these con men. The thing about Donald Trump is there's nothing in real life, like a real life con man. I mean, this guy Donald Trump is not like some charming, you know, con man. He's just vile and despicable. He's a wannabe, like you say, dictator. He's a wannabe. I think he's a wannabe gangster. He's a wannabe. Don. Like, his name is Don. And he's a wannabe. He wants to be the Don, right? So yeah, he's. There's nothing charming about Donald Trump whatsoever. Roxanne says, I haven't been able to get into the Olympics this year, Steven Sayers. I've watched a few nights. I would have watched more. The nights that I have watched, I really did get into it. I watched some of the earlier in the week, but then I've been, I do my Ubering in the evenings, and that's usually when, I mean, I know you can go on Peacock and you can watch during the day, but this doesn't seem to be. I like to watch the actual NBC coverage. They just seem to do a better job of kind of getting the best events going, that are going on, and uh, so I would have liked to have watched more. I think now it's almost over, right? Um, but the parts that I did watch, I like some of the Simone Biles stuff was really good. Some of the gymnastics. I watched some of the earlier track. I even watched some rugby, which I've never watched before, and I thought that was it was women's rugby. I didn't even watch the guys. I don't even. I'm sure the guys were on, but I didn't see the men's coverage. But I was watching just little bits and pieces of here and there, and what I did watch, I enjoyed. I wish I would have had time to watch more of it. Don O'Leary says every child recognizes their parents. What a dick! Yeah, Trump is a dick. Trump is a dick, and that's putting it mildly. We have so many more names that we could go through, right? Richard says, "I hope Trump ends up in prison and inmates have their way with him." Well, I hope he does too. End up in prison. I think a lot of us are hoping that. Like I've said before, I caught a little shit for saying that I don't know if he'll actually see prison time. I think he'll get convicted, and I think he will, in lieu of prison time, they might give him house arrest because he is a former president, and so that might be the only reason that they would give him house arrest over prison. But I don't know. We'll see. But I do think it would be really kind of, I don't know, justifying to see him go to prison, an actual prison, because he deserves it. If there's anyone who deserves prison, it's Donald Trump. That's for sure. Denise Wilkins says, "Good, John. We know who's the fool in this instance." Oh yeah, see, that's how far behind I am in the chat. I was talking about the Trump rally. That's got to be what 15 minutes ago or so. So sorry guys, I am a bit behind. Um, Let me go ahead and maybe skip down a little bit. A little bit. A little bit. Steve Sayers says is asking how are MAGA so blind, and I always just I chalk it up to the propaganda machine of the Fox News network and of the Fox News channel or whatever, and of the right wing media. It's pretty strong. All that decades now of propaganda, and since especially since Trump came on the scene as a presidential candidate in 2015, I guess, right? So it's just so much propaganda 24/7. It's a 24/7 hour blowtorch that they have. I think that um uh-oh. For hopefully we're still streaming. For some reason my screen just went black for a second and then came back on. So I don't know. That was about Butterfly for free. How about what he did to his older brother's family? His brother died of an alcoholic, and Asshole Donald, I kind of like that. Asshole Donald stopped the family's insurance. It was Mary's family. Um, yeah, that's the same family as Fred the Third, because I think Fred the Third is Mary's brother. So he just totally fucked over that family. Donald Trump did. For some reason, why would you do that? I keep saying, okay, he claims to be a billionaire. Maybe at this time was he a billionaire? But whatever. He claims to be really so rich. But I guess the only way he's rich is because he keeps ripping everybody off. I don't know. He's just a. It's almost like a kleptomaniac, right? A klepto. He can't help. He just steals because he has the desire to steal. If he's so rich, I don't see why he would need to steal, especially from his own family. But this just shows what a fucking sociopath, psychopath he is. Donald Trump. Speaking of Donald Trump, by the way, in case anyone just jumped in here, I just want to know if I should get the mic closer to my mouth. What do you guys think? I'm still adjusting to using a microphone, so if I'm sort of obsessing on it, let me know. I think it's kind of weird how I'm looking at the shot and you really can't see the mic at all, right? It's like it's invisible. But it is right, like it looks to me, it looks like it's pretty much right in front of my face. But you can't even really you can't see it. Now you can see a little bit of the top. I just moved it a little bit. Maybe I should move it back. I don't know. It's kind of weird how it doesn't really show up in the camera. Ooh, but I do like having it move forward because then I can see the chat better. Anyhow, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Like I said, I'm kind of obsessing on it because it's a new thing, and I'm just going to make sure that you guys can hear me okay. Richard says, I like the way Trucker John and Hal Sparks don't hold back on the F word. I'll let the F word fly every now and then. Sometimes I kind of, I don't know if regret is the word, but sometimes I think, I do know that some people have said, hey, look, I'm listening with my kids here, or whatever. And I'm sorry if I say an F word and maybe in mixed company or something. But I also, I'm like, I'm just going to say what I feel, I guess, Nick Rich says, how's the repair job coming? Well, they like I said yesterday, I think it was yesterday, they came in and they looked at it, and they said, see you next Tuesday. And they and I don't mean that in the in the way that might sound, but they actually said, we'll see you next Tuesday. I guess they're not going to do anything until next Tuesday. So I got a big hole in my ceiling and part of the wall there until at least next Tuesday. And I don't know if they've ever. There's trying to figure out. There's a small really slow leak that has over time has rotted that. That's why they had to cut it out. It kind of rotted the drywall, and they're trying to still figure out where that water's coming from because they don't know. They don't know where it's coming from. At least to my knowledge, maybe they found out by since they talked to me, but as of yesterday they didn't know. Um, let's see. I'm sort of skipping down a little bit, trying to get caught up. I think I've addressed. I'm kind of skipping us over stuff that I think I already addressed. CN says, by the way, I forgot my passport, and now we can call them to come home. Wait, I lost my passport. Now we can call them to come and take all the info and the picture, and you can pay them when they come and deliver it at your house. That would give you jobs. Oh, like a passport service that comes to you. That could be a job creator. There you go. There's thinking. You're using your noggin there. Yeah. So yeah, we were talking about voter ID a while ago. I think I kind of addressed most of that, so I'm going to skip down a little bit. If I skip over you guys, if I don't, uh, maybe I didn't see you come into the room and I didn't greet you properly, I do apologize. Don't take it personally. You know, if I don't see you, like here's Bonnie Agliata. I don't know if I said hi to Bonnie, but hello, Bonnie. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us in the driver's lounge. James Williams is here. You have to love the joy. 56 Nick Rich. Danielle Wright says, I am pissed about the stolen honor or stolen valor, I guess it is, talk. I got out because I didn't want to serve under George Bush. I did 8 years Army. Yeah, and you have every right to, and you know, thank you for your service, and because everyone, you know, you don't have to stay in forever. Just you know, everyone gets out at some point, and that's fine. You know, you did 8 years. I'm sure you did it. I'm sure you did it honorably, right? Nick Rich, keeping calm with Kamala. There you go. Just trying to get that get those phrases in. I guess those catchphrases. Danielle Wright says, I would have stayed in, but I didn't want to be a pencil pusher since I lost my leg. Not war related, but I served. Yeah, you did serve, and you should be proud of that. Don't let them try to tell you any other way. Hey, there's Colleen Turpin. Good to see Colleen. Thank you for joining us in the driver's lounge. We're just sort of doing a post House Sparks hangout, but it is open to anybody. You don't have to be a sparkler. This is the internet after all. This is the World Wide Web, so open to everybody. But hello, Colleen. Good to see you. Colleen says, remove any money or assets from him. He's nothing. Yeah, talking about Trump, I guess Donald Trump. He should just be he should be in prison. And I think probably everything he's gained has been ill-gotten. So yeah, I would have no problem with him losing everything because I think he stole everything. I mean, he started off inheriting a nice sum of money from his old man, like $600 million or something, which in those days was probably worth $1 billion or whatever. And he ended up squandering it, and he's ended up filing bankruptcy, you know, at least a half a dozen times. And the guy is just a con man and a thief. And if he dies penniless and in prison or under a freeway overpass, I say he got what he deserved. Steve says you're fine with the mic and sound good. Thank you for that little feedback, Steve. Making sure it's still going in. I'm looking down. I still got the solid green light going. And by the way, if you're a member, I did make some members only videos. I made 2 videos about the new mic. You might want to check that out if you're a member. Membership does have its perks, I guess. It has its privileges. You get to see some members only videos. Look at there. Paul Strugabani, I can hear you, TG 10-4, good buddy. All righty. Well, yeah, I figure you guys can hear me. I just want to make sure that it sounds good. I guess the whole idea of the mic is not to have the echoey sound of just the mic. And I'm looking at the camera, and I do see that I have ghost hat going. And I tried to dial that in the other day. I don't know why. And I added light with the ring light and everything. I don't know. Anyhow, we'll get that stuff figured out as we go on. David Willer says Trump has billions stashed offshore. Your new mic is great improvement. Thank you, David. Thank you for that, for the feedback. Not thank you for the billions of offshore money in Trump's account, but thank you for the feedback about the mic. Yeah, Trump probably. Who knows? Yeah, I'm sure there could be offshore accounts. In the Caymans, or he might have a Swiss bank account or whatever. But I hope he goes to prison and cannot access it. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down a little bit here. Bonnie says, "Howdy, John. Howdy back at you, Bonnie. Yeah, if I didn't see you when you first came in, but thanks for being here. Always glad to see you." Denise Wilkins says, "Or Turbo Ice-T as rapper. Oh, those were the days." See, I must have missed some of the thread on that one. You guys were reminiscing about some of the old school rap, I guess, apparently. Oh, Jupiter Judy. I guess Roxanne is saying hi to Jupiter Judy. I don't think I saw Jupiter Judy. I must have skipped down. So I just want to say hi to Jupiter Judy. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Cian says hot 100 degree for sure. In the Netherlands? No. It's 100 here. It's already over 100 here in Nevada. It's 103, I think. What are we up to? Yeah, 103. I think we're supposed to get to 108 today. Fahrenheit. For all you Europeans and Canadians, Canadians, use Celsius. We're on Fahrenheit here. Good old America. We got to be different. We're on Fahrenheit. Let's see. Skipping down a little bit here. Walter Makarevich, I need a break. Cowboys versus Rams tomorrow. Go Rams. I think, Walter, you got the big star there. Yeah, you're a Cowboy fan. I'm sorry about that, Walter. But, it's preseason, so I don't really, I really don't care. I mean, as far as the outcome, it's good to see, maybe the ones will get a first series or two or three or whatever, and then they start working in the bench and try to get some play time for those guys to see who they're going to cut. But who they're going to keep and who they're going to cut. But as always, still go Rams. Danielle Wright says, has anyone heard about JD had something to do with an article about NARA? It's spelled Aryan backwards. Ooh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear about that. Hey, there's Marcel, I believe. Hello. I know that you have your name written in a type of script there that I do not understand, and I apologize if I'm not saying it. I believe we sort of discovered that your name is Marcel. If I'm not saying it right, let me know. But it's always welcome, always nice to see you, and you're always welcome here. So thanks for stopping in here to the Truckers Lounge. Thank you so much. Danielle Wright says it was in USA Today, or US Today. Yeah, I didn't see that. I did not see that. James Williams says he didn't just take his inheritance, he stole it from his siblings and relatives as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that was the whole thing. Why Mary and Fred III, they got ripped off, and that's why Fred III couldn't afford to care for his son, and he was able to get the family to make this account for him. Teresa says, hello, Teresa, back at you. Good to see Teresa in the lounge here, the driver's lounge. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us for a little bit. For a bit. I think I'm just gonna call you Marcel because I hope I'm saying it right. It says, haha, you are international. Yeah, we've got people from all over the world. I'm not sure, where are you from, Marcel? Can you disclose that? Are you able to disclose that? Yeah, but I know we've got people from Australia. We've got people from England. We've got the Netherlands. Of course, we got our Canadian friends. And I think that's one of the great things about the internet. Isn't that great? I mean, here I am. I'm sitting here in a little apartment in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm able to communicate with people from all over the world, and I think that's awesome. I love it, and I think it's great, and I think you guys are great for being here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out in the good old driver's lounge. Uh, Marcel, like I said, I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm from the Arabian Gulf. Wow, the Arabian Gulf. That sounds awesome. Um, well, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate you being here. Fancy is taking a break. Hello, Fancy. Thanks for taking a break and saying hi to us. And Marcel likes to put those emojis up. Here's Johnny. That's the Here's Johnny one. Let's see. Nick Rich says, beauty and good day, eh? Yeah, there's our Canadian, one of our Canadians. We have quite a few Canadians here, actually. James Williams saying hi to Fancy. CN says, named Marcel. That's the person who has the the reading I can't read. But I believe the name is Marcel. I think we discovered that thanks to Kimchi. I think Kimchi did a little investigating work on there. Where is Kimchi today, by the way? I miss Kimchi. Tim Nelson is doing some emojis. Everyone's saying hi to Fancy, and everybody's saying hi to Teresa. All that good stuff. Roxanne Armfield says, yes, it is great to share opinions and notions. Trugger John. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I have a fun time doing this deal here. Now, I didn't really do too much. I don't think I added anything to my little collection to add. I do like to put a little wall decorations up. But like I've already had this one up before. Look, it's even all crooked. But that's fine. I don't mind going crooked a little bit here. I wonder, maybe I should put this over here. And we'll go with a crooked look. I don't know, just put a little bit of decorations there. We already know this is old news. Tim Walz was announced. What, like, how long has it been? I guess it hasn't even been a week yet. I think it was Tuesday, right? That Kamala Harris announced that she picked Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as a running mate, and I think everyone has really taken a liking to Tim Walz. We got to meet him at that rally, that campaign stop where she made the announcement. And I think if you're a Democrat, I think we're fully on board. Of course, the Republicans are having a hissy fit because they know they're getting their ass whooped, and they just don't like that everything is falling into place right now for the Democrats, it seems like. But we got to keep the momentum going. I don't want us to get cocky or complacent. We got to make sure we keep just stressing how important it is to make sure that we all vote. And then once we all vote, we can win. I'm just looking at CN. Well, I got my name from Marcel the Joker. Well, are you Marcel? Because the other person that's from the Arabian Gulf, I thought his name was Marcel. Anyhow, Donnie DeLeo said Tim Walz is great. Tom Bias, no how Monday. How about you, TJ? I was thinking of that. I was thinking about that. Now, Hal did say he might come on even though he said he wasn't going to come on, then he said he might come on for some real short little thing. I don't know. I was thinking about that. I might do that, though, Tom. Thanks for bringing that up and reminding me, because I was thinking maybe I'll do a Monday show, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know if Hal's going to pop on here and there, so I don't know. But I say, hey, here's what I say to Hal. Hal, if you're watching, I say go to Orlando, to Disney World, enjoy your time with your girl there. It's her birthday. Just take the week off and let old Trucker John cover for you. Now I realize I'm no House Sparks. No one is. I'm not really a replacement, but you know, I can't do the type of show he does with the quality and with the insight and knowledge that he has. But I'm just saying, hey man, you deserve a week off. Go enjoy your time with your girlfriend, and you guys are a great couple. I've seen them together. They do just sort of have they kind of light the room up, and they kind of have, you can see how they just love each other, and they're a great couple. So I say go enjoy your time there in Orlando, and let old Trucker John have a week to just cover for you. But anyhow, yeah, maybe Monday, and maybe as we go through the week, if there's if Hal is not coming on because of all the traveling and everything, maybe I'll do some impromptus. So besides just the Tuesday Thursdays that I do, and of course Saturday, maybe I will be doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday if Hal's not on. So be on the lookout. Make sure you hit that notification button for one thing. Hopefully that helps. And I'll try to send out notifications also if I'm going to come on. Nick Rich says Jolie. Yeah, Jolie. I haven't seen her, but I'm sure she's really busy. She's got a lot of family stuff going on with her folks. She had mentioned yesterday that she was looking for like elderly home, I don't even know what you call it, elderly home things for folks, and that's a big project. That's a big thing. So I think, and then so like I say, family first. Do your family stuff. Jack McCool, the coolest name on the internet. I swear to God, coolest name on the internet. Pump, put up Trump and Epstein pick. I don't think I have one. Let me look if I have one in my little library here. I might, because I have a lot of stuff in the library, and it gets kind of buried. Most of it is like pro Kamala, pro Biden, but and anti Trump, but which that would be right, an Epstein. But I don't know if I actually saved any Epstein Trump pictures. Like I know Hal does. He has that one where they're scoping out the room for their next victims. I do have well, let's see. I got the Trump traitor picture. I don't think I have the Epstein one saved in my library here. Yeah, I didn't see it. I don't see anything like that in my library. But is there anything else that I could put up here? Um, there's this one. I kind of like this one. Guilty motherfucker, guilty. There you go. Motherfucker's guilty. Guilty as fucking sin. Donald Trump, hey Donald Trump, you're a 34-time convicted felon, you motherfucker. What do you think you're doing, running for president of the United States? Go fuck yourself, motherfucker. In fact, when you go to prison, you won't have to worry about fucking yourself because you're gonna get fucked every day by some fucking inmates who can lay pipe, motherfucker. There, that was my little message to Donald Trump. If you guys want to send that to him, there you go. Just go ahead and wrap that up to him and send it to him. That was my message to Donald Trump. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me see here. Dave Willer, yeah, Trucker, you and Johnny Million. Oh yeah, I love Johnny Million. Johnny Million is an awesome dude. I love that guy. I love him, and sometimes I have to do my show at the same time he does his show. But that's the internet. But he's a great guitarist and a great guy. He's a guy I would like to meet. Real, shake his hand a little bit. Diane, hey Diane Capobianco is here. Good to see Diane. Thanks for being in the driver's lounge. It says when is the VP thing today in Vegas? Well, the doors open because I do have my invite. I signed up to go. I might go. Some people are saying I should go and stop being so lazy and just go. But the doors open at 1. They close the doors for admission. I think at 4 or 4:30. So I would imagine all the speechifying might be after 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Maybe 5, maybe 6. I don't know how long. I don't think they keep the people waiting like Trump does so much. So it might be shortly thereafter. So I'm just gonna say 5. Let's just say 5-ish p.m. I'm guessing. Not 100% sure. Hey, Steve Sayers, member for 4 months. Thank you so much. Glad to be a proud member of Trucker John's community. Thank you so much, Stephen, and glad to have you. Thanks for your support. Help make the show grow, and we're well over 2,000 subscribers. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep subscribing and sharing. You hit that share button. That really helps a lot. That gets the show out, and it helps us to keep growing in our numbers. Denise Wiggles, where's Jolie? Yeah, I think she's probably doing something with her family, with her folks, and all that stuff. Nick Rich, no moderator. We need to troll the trolls. I don't think we've had, other than that one person. I don't think we've had much trolling. And well, we had Mike H, and I think he may have left because he comes in, he drops a couple of turds, and leaves sometimes. And then we had the other one who I hadn't seen before, who had the weird script thing about being pro MAGA or whatever. I think that's been about it, guys. I think we're doing good. Diane Capobianco says it's super hot here in Florida to come here for a vacation. So humid. Feel like temp is over 100 degrees. Yeah, I agree. Going to Orlando in August, I mean, I got to hand it to him. I wouldn't want to go in August to Orlando or anywhere in Florida or anywhere in the probably, southeast or whatever. But hey, Tom Bias says they're playing the France national anthem on NBC. Denise Wilkins. Oh, CN says, tell him TJ. Denise says, because the Olympics are in France. Right. That makes sense. Fancy says it's 85 down there in LA. Again, Fancy's just bragging. Fancy, it's 85, low humidity, near Santa Monica or near the beach, and you got the nice ocean air coming through. God damn you, Fancy. I'm jelly right now. Nick Rich says, is there a need for speed in the spiral down the shitter for Donald? He's motoring bigly. Wow, that was quite the statement there. Paul Sharky, man, bread and water diet, prison diet. That's all you get. Let's see. Roxanne says, "Oh, Diane, that sounds very uncomfortable." And Tom Bias, hey Denise, I don't think I remember hearing it before. Bonnie Aglana loves Johnny Millions. Me too. Denise Wilkins, opening ceremonies for each country that hosts the Olympics has done it since I can remember. Yeah, that's what they do. They play their national anthem. Tom Bias says they played the U.S. national anthem and the France before the gold medal basketball game starting now. Yeah, because those are the two teams they're playing. So they play their country's national anthems. Tim Nelson says he'll flee during the vote on a Russian plane. Well, that's what we've been wondering. Like, when is he going to have his bug out, right? And I'm not sure if going to Russia is such a great idea either. I don't know. People have a tendency to get a real bad case of gravity sickness over there. Diane says at Roxanne, oh yes, constant thunderstorms in the early afternoon, evening time. We had some pretty radical kind of lightning storms. I didn't hear too much thunder, but we had some big lightning going around, and we had a little bit of rain. It was a couple nights ago, I guess. Uh, it was kind of disappointing because we need rain. We want rain because we're always so arid and in drought the conditions here. I saw lots of lightning, and like I said, we got about 15 minutes of light rain, at least that I came across. That was 2 nights ago. It was probably barely even measurable the amount of rain we got, but we'll take whatever we can get. Colleen Turpin going to Texas next year. Morgan's Wonderland disabled amusement park for my son. Oh wow, that sounds like it'll be fun and a great thing for your son. So that's awesome. Don O'Leary says Hal Sparks needs time off. Yeah, take some time off, Hal. Enjoy yourself. Take a little break, recharge your batteries. Let old Trucker John handle things for you. I don't know about that, but yeah. Fancy says, or a submarine maybe at Mar-a-Lago. Ooh, you might get into a sub. That's one way of an exit strategy I never thought of. Roxanne says, please go, Trucker John. You have a 1 in a million chance to witness history. All right, Roxanne. All right. All right. I'll get up off my fat, lazy ass and I'll go over there to Thomas and Macarena. Oh, the Macarena. And check it out. You're right. You're right. I've got my little Evite and my instructions and how to get in and everything. So I guess I'll go. Nick Rich says never trust Russia. Right. Absolutely. David Windler, he doesn't need a plane to flee. He can charter. Well, I know he has his own piece of shit plane, but that's being watched like a hawk, probably. Don O'Leary next week, Nerd Halen and Sexy Liberal tour. Yeah, he's got all that stuff going on. Diane Capabiano, tomorrow night is the closing ceremony for the Olympics. I'm going to be sad. I enjoyed watching them in the evening. Yeah, I wish I would have been able to watch more of it, but I was busy Ubering, so I only watched a few nights. But the nights I watched, I did enjoy. Paul Sharkey Mannion says North Korea for Trump. He can resume his love affair with his chubby friend, and they could be two little chubby guys over there. And that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it is wrong that he flees. I'm just saying, generally speaking, there's nothing wrong with that. Tanner Price says, I feel like TFG is going to try to flee the election, not conspiracy, just a feel. Well, we've been talking about that, and that the only reason he's running is to try to stay out of prison. And if it gets very, very clear that he's not going to win, then he's got to have another plan to stay out of prison. And his only way to do that is if he flees the country to a non-extraditable place. By the way, Nick Rich says the Secret Service have some secrets that Donald isn't aware of. He's no longer POTUS. Yeah, and in order for him to flee, he's going to have to ditch the Secret Service. And so that's going to be hard to do unless he has Secret Service around him that are just maggots. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. CN says, I never trust those so-called Jesus people and make sure they don't keep power anywhere. The so-called ones, yeah. Diane Capabiano reminds us that the Olympics are coming to California in 2028. Yep, they're coming to LA. I believe it's LA, right? LA Olympics, 2028. And before you know it, it's going to be 2028. Time goes by so freaking fast. So freaking fast. Before you know it, it'll be here. Denise Wilkins, fancy underwater where the sharks are. Oh, yeah. The sharks. Watch out for the sharks. Tom Bias says, hey, Denise, I've got the television on watching the NBC digital antenna coverage. I know about the national anthem thing for the Olympics. I only expect it for the medal. Oh, for when they do the medal round. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Fancy says, laughing out loud, you're right, Denise, but he's very desperate. Yeah, he might, take a chance with the sharks. But he won't actually get into the water. You can get into a submarine without actually getting into the water. You know that, right? But that's the thing, though. The subsurfaces, then they'll be exposed. Janelle Walker, hey Janelle. Don't think I saw you in here earlier, so thanks for being here. Always good to see Janelle. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Janelle says, no at Don O'Leary. I don't know what is going on. He did say he's going on vacation, but I thought that wasn't until next week. Well, that's going to be this week coming up. The week that's this week that's coming up. He's going to Orlando, but he's still going to try to do his show and all that kind of stuff. So if there are days that he's not doing the show, then I might pop in. So I'm saying, hit your notification button. Watch for the notifications. Good old Trucker John might be popping on. If you like to hang out here and chit chat. Tom Bias, the Secret Service can arrest the POTUS if warranted. And the former POTUS, apparently. Gino Maynard, hey Gino, good to see Gino. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Gino says that's why Donnie tried to buy Greenland Volcano Fortress escape route. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, he could have his lair. Good place for a lair. Denise Wilkins says that Tom Bias, I wouldn't worry my little head over it. It will be fine. Just turn down the volume. I don't think that's the issue. I don't know. I think he was just making an observation about the thing. Anyhow, Alvin Stoops says 76 in Southern Illinois today. Not too bad. That's not too bad. I don't know what the humidity is, but 76 sounds pretty good to me. Paul Sharkey says Trump hasn't got that many options of places he can go. Yeah, basically, I guess it's Russia, maybe Saudi Arabia, maybe North Korea, maybe Hungary or something. I don't know. Not that many. Not that many places, probably. It's down to a handful there. Denny DeLito, Gina Maynard, Greenland is Danish. He will never be allowed in that country. Well, yeah, but that was just a kind of a joke because I think that when Trump was president, he did say something about trying to buy Greenland. Hello, back at you, Janelle. Good to see you too. Fancy says, I like the pop-ons. I don't know what that is. See, it says, ow, I see he wants to flee by water. That is why he is fixed on the shark story. Now I get it. Oh, yeah. Now I get it, yeah. Nick Rich says, if Donald claims insanity, it would be the easiest way out. Asylum seeker. That's funny, Nick Rich. Hey, Mish is here. Good to see Mish. Thanks for joining us over here in the Truckers Lounge. Mish says that Janelle Walker Thursday. Oh, talking about dude was running late, then canceled. He had said wouldn't be on Friday because he was going camping with Baby K. Thanks for the dude update. Yeah, I watch Dude. Sometimes you'll see me over there in the chat. I think it's a good show. I think my show's better, but okay. I'm biased. I am biased. Paul Sharkey, I blame Spielberg for the persecution of sharks. Leave the sharks alone. Fancy says, yeah, Mish is here. Yes, Mish is here. Thanks for being here, Mish. Mish is a member. I do have a couple of members-only videos you guys want to check out. And that's one of the perks of membership. You get some members-only videos where you see me in a way that you would never see me normally. Maybe. I don't know. Got some a little bit of behind-the-scenes look on the members-only video. So if you're interested in seeing that, you might want to think about becoming a member. See what I did there? Don O'Leary says that Janelle Walker, I can't keep his schedule to turn on YouTube, and if you see him on, you click on it. That's how I do it. Jupiter Judy, he doesn't have a boat. No boats for Donald Trump. No Donald Trump boats. We don't do the boats. We don't do the boats because there's the battery and there's the shark and the whole thing. No boats for Donnie. Danny DeLito says Trump can't twit from underwater. It'll be hell for him. He can't troot. He can't troot social. Robin M is here. Robin says he can go to the Golan Heights, where the mayor named a village after him for future Trump country club they plan on building. Yeah, go over there. That'd be a great place for him to be right now, huh? Gino Maynard says walruses are always afraid of sharks. Yeah, because they're shark food, basically. CN says Jupiter Judy, well, he is next to water and may buy one and the next day be gone. Who knows? Like I said, well, I mean, I put some faith in our surveillance techniques of our law enforcement, that if he gets anywhere near a plane or a boat or a sub, I would think they would be able to snatch him. But who knows? Who knows? Because I know if you and we're talking about him possibly bugging out, I'm sure the FBI and Secret Service and who knows else has been talking about it too. And so if he tries to flee, they should be able to nab him, I would think. I don't know. Fancy says, laughing out loud, well, maybe he can hitch a ride on one of those homemade drug subs. Yeah, that would be a sight to see. I don't know if he could fit in one of those. Says the guy here who's just as fat as Trump. James Williams, laughing out fancy. That was my first thought too. Denise Michaels, minus, sorry, dyslexic here. I kind of missed whatever that was about. Jupiter Judy. Trump has no dock, so he would have to pay for docking, which is not easy to find. All these things, yeah, all of the logistics of it. That's good. We're mapping it out here. We're working it out. Ian says, fancy. He already did, but he did not make it. They needed repair. Laughing out loud. Stephen Sayers says, hey, has Rudy paid his debt to the two? No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's made some payments, but I mean, he tried to file bankruptcy. Then the court said you can't do that. We know what you're up to. We know you're just trying to avoid paying these women. But I think he may be broke already. I don't know. They may not see anything. It may be where he's going to die, and then the estate, they're going to put a claim on the whatever estate he has, whatever money's in the estate. Who knows? I don't think he has. Maybe he's made a payment or two. I don't know. Because I'm sure they're probably doing it in payments, not a lump sum. But whatever, I don't know. But good luck collecting on some of these grifters, Let's see. Danny Lino says, Roxanne Arfield, neither could the staff of a submarine stand the smell of him in a confined space. He'll have to sail it himself. The staff would rather get eaten by sharks. Yeah, probably. At that point, Nick Rich says a real billionaire wouldn't need to hide, but if they wanted to disappear, it would be pocket change. Yeah, I don't think Trump is really a billionaire. I really don't. Jupiter Judy says his plane is a piece of shit. He doesn't do maintenance on it. That's why he had to drive over 2 hours to get to his rally yesterday because the plane broke down. This man doesn't own anything. Yeah, he's a big, like we say, he's a con man. He's a grifter. So he tries to put on this big pretense, Fancy says, you guys cracked me up. Mish says, Alcatraz is the best place for him, surrounded by sharks. Yeah, like I said before, he can get Alphonse Capone's old cell. It's right there. It's right there at Alcatraz. He could just, live out the rest of his days there. Let's see, Donald Leary, you mean to me I miss Shark Week? Oh yeah, I think Shark Week has come and gone, but it'll come around again. Roxanne Armfield, Danny DeLeo, Trump can't even drive a car. Maybe he can drive a golf cart around. I don't know. Alvin Stu, Trump's ego won't fit in a sub. Denise Wilkins, so good. Trump is living out his worst nightmares in real life. Karma. Karma's a bitch, is what I've been told. Nick Rich says he's done old. That's it. Just an old turd. Jupiter Journey, car salesman. Hey, I was a car salesman at one point in my life, so. And I was not a sleazy one. Maybe that's why my sales weren't so good. Actually, my sales were getting better. I'd never been a car salesman before. This is back in like 2000, so it's 24 years ago. I got a job as a used car salesman, and it didn't really end real well there. I've told the story before. I had a bit of a falling out with the management there. Um, it would have been it could have been a good scene for a movie. My departure from this place would be a great scene for a movie. I think. But anyhow, but my sales numbers were ticking upward. I was getting better at it. I did it for about a year, and I think, or maybe it was less than a year. I don't know, but I don't know, probably a little less than a year. And my sales numbers were ticking upward. I was trending upward on that. Let's see. CN says that would not be famous enough for Dumpy. He would demand the Mandela jail cell. Oh, jail cell. Oh, the Mandela. Well, but Mandela wasn't at Alcatraz. I was just saying if he was at Alcatraz, he could get the he. I think he idolizes Alphonse Capone. I think that would be good enough for him. I think he would probably love that. Mandela was jailed in or in Africa or South Africa. So I don't think he's going to get jailed over there. Jupiter Judy says, "Too bad it's closed at Alcatraz." Well, we could. Hey, I'm sure there could be some sort of exception made to reopen that. A lot of people say stick him in Gitmo. If he goes to prison, it's going to be some federal prison, probably on the East Coast somewhere, I guess. Tom Bias, narrow profit in used cars. Donald Leary, oh no, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. There's a big mark. I think there's a pretty big markup, actually. At least in our lot, we had a Ford. It was a Ford dealership, and I was on the used car side of it, and also the Mercury, the new car Mercury. So the way it was, you had Ford showroom on one side, and then on the complete other side was the Mercury, the Lincoln Mercury lot, and in the middle was the used car lot. And so we ended up getting all the trade-ins and stuff from Ford that they wanted to keep, from the Ford lot and from the Mercury lot, the ones that they deemed were good enough to keep, and the ones that were just too high mileage, maybe they would sell them to what we call the sled lots, and those are the lots, the used car lots around town that you see that are just they're not a part of a major brand like Ford or Chevy. They call them sled lots because the cars are like sleds, I guess. They're like these old sleds. So we would sell those to those guys. Those guys would come. They had a certain day every week where they would come and look at the cars that Ford dealership didn't want to keep, the trade-ins, and they would buy them from them, and they would haul them off to their lot. So anyhow, that's how that kind of worked. But I think there was a pretty big markup on those cars, actually, because you certainly could, if you really did shop around. Let's say you were looking at a used car on the Ford lot, and if you looked around for a private party deal, you would make probably a lot better deal with the private party deal than the used car lot. Anyhow, Let's see. CN says, yes, Denise, he is great. All black women taking him down. Donald Larry says, convicted felon DJT and rapist sounded very weak. Yeah, he's definitely in, I think, a decline, physically and mentally. And, I don't feel sorry for him one bit. OG Do is here. I don't think I've seen OG Do before, so thank you for joining us here in the Truckers Lounge. Um, good to see you. OG says, smart, Matic, bribery scandal, Scott Ritter raid, Biden shot. Wait, what? Biden shot? DEI, incompetence exposed, remember McAfee. Biden was not shot, so I don't know what that's about. Remember McAfee. McAfee, the computer, yeah, I remember McAfee. I don't know what any of that's about. Biden was not shot, so I don't know what you're talking about. James Williams says, remember the prison in the movie Papillon? Papillon? That is where Trump belongs. Again, that's like a French island or something. I think we have to keep it to U.S. holdings. But yeah, it's good to, as we're spitballing, and it's good to fantasize, about it. I guess. Nicholas says, I bought a few cars from the same lot. Good deals over 20 years. Great service. That's good. You can find a car lot that you trust. That's always good. When I lean back like this, I do hear an echo. I don't know if I'm getting feedback. Can I get the feedback on the feedback? Steven Sayre says, I lasted 2 weeks selling shoes. I don't think I would want to be a shoe seller. I wouldn't want to be the Al Bundy guy. I wouldn't want to have to deal with other people's feet. That's what I'm saying, I guess. Jupiter Judy says, did you hear Trump raised his membership fee to Magalardo? $1 million. Get out of here, jerk. Yeah, sign me up for that. Sia says he does not know which country he is in, so he would demand to bring him to Mandela's cell. Okay. All right. James Williams says, perfect name for the perfect inmate. Him and Putin both. I guess I missed. I kind of skipped down, so I don't know what the perfect name was. Anyhow, Don O'Leary. I was just thinking best shark movies. Jaws and The Shallows. Was that? It scareth. It doth scareth you. Are we going Old English now? Thy Jaws movie doth scareth thou. Cian says, hey, Marcel, are you there? I haven't seen any posts from Marcel in a while. The one from the Arabian Gulf. PB is here. Good to see PB. Says, my car dealer keeps pounding me to trade in my car. Yeah, they want that. But see, they want those trade-ins because they can mark them up a lot. They're going to lowball you on the trade-in, and then they're going to put it on the lot if they want to. If it's not real high mileage, if it's like a Ford dealership, they like to keep them, where they're under 100,000 miles still, and they'll keep those. If they're over 100,000, they'll probably sell them to a sled lot and make money there. So for them, no matter what, it's a money making deal because they're probably going to lowball you, and then they're either going to put it on their lot and sell it and mark it up for 2 or 3 times what they paid you for it, or they're going to sell it to a sled lot and get at least some markup on that from what they paid you for it. Anyhow, Paul Sharkey Mannion says, I've got to go, TJ and truckers. See you soon. Take care of yourself. Keep calm and carry on. Well, thank you so much, Paul Sharkey Mannion, for being here. And we'll see you on the next one, which will be Tuesday, maybe Monday. So keep your notifications on or look for the notifications. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for being here. MJ Daniel, Mad King Drum, the flatulent, guilty AF demented loony. Thank you, MJ Daniel, for that. I am leaning a little bit back. Let me know if you can still hear me on the mic. I'm still a little, I guess, paranoid about the mic, maybe not, about it working and everything. Let's see. Some people saying goodbye to Paul. James Williams says, because of the miles I drive, I have to buy a new car every 14 to 16 months. My salesman has me on speed dial. Wow, you have to buy a new one? I was gonna say, why don't you lease? But leasing usually has mileage restrictions. So I guess if you're doing a lot of high miles, I guess leasing's not a good option. And then you gotta buy a new one. So you just wear it out in 14 to 16 months. Wow, James, that's a lot of driving. A lot of driving out there. MJ, so be careful out there on the road, by the way. MJ Daniel says, I'll take a shot for President Biden. Okay. If I had a shot, I would too. As in a shot of whiskey drink. Jupiter Judy says, oh, I've got it. Trump put on a no habits island with sharks around it. How does that? How does he hear or ear? How does he ear? How does he hear? I guess. I don't know. But boy, we sure are. I think we're giddy with with fantasizing about where we could send Trump. PB, my car is low mileage. Okay, there you go. So that's good. That helps with your trade-in value, I think. Jupiter Judy says at PB, I have 165,000 miles on a 2008 Lexus. That's a lot of miles. MJ Daniel, DJT had Hannibal Lecter over at Mar-a-Lago for some fantastic chocolate cake and kidney. CN says, how will he order from the deserted island? Let's see. Don O'Leary says, PB, why would your dealer want your car? Just curious, as I think I need a different car, not a Kia third time ignition stripped. I need to think of best value. Oh, great, Trucker John. Let's see. So you want to get a new car, or you get a different car, and you don't want a Kia. Best value. I think, off the top of my head, I think Toyotas are usually a pretty good value. They seem to be pretty reliable, and you get high miles out of them. I know I like to promote American-made vehicles, but I don't know. It seems like Toyota has a really good reputation. I've owned some Toyotas. I had a Toyota Echo that I owned for 12 years and put a lot of miles on it, and it was a good little car. It was cheap back then, and back in the day, I think I paid $13,000 for it brand new or something like that. Something ridiculous. Less than 20. I had it for 12 years. I got lots of miles on it, and it would have went another 12 years probably if my son hadn't wrecked it, because when he got his license, I gave the car to him. And God bless his little heart. I mean, it wasn't his fault. He had it maybe 3 or 4 months, and a fucking lady pulled out and almost T-boned him. It kind of clipped the front. I think it was the front left passenger side there. Totaled the car, but everyone was okay. He was okay. The lady was okay, and it was deemed to be her fault. She just gunned it right out of a side street or a side driveway or something, and then that was the end of the Echo. But like I said, we had that car, but brand new, I think in 2001 or 2002, and it would have got probably another 10 years, I bet. So I don't know. You bought Kia, so I don't think you have a problem with buying foreign cars. I think Toyotas are probably great little cars. Anyhow, Paul says, I'll keep my eye out for you. Yeah, Paul, we'll see you again on the next one. Thanks for being here. OG Do says 495,000 sealed indictments. Trump and the White House the White Hats got them all prepared for the EBS. All I know is I think Trump is going down. he's going to be convicted of a bunch more shit. He's already been convicted 34 times. He's going to get convicted a bunch more times. That's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. Denise Wilkins says, so my dogs thought they wanted to go for a walk, but I just opened the door and they changed their minds. They're like, nah, it's too hot, I guess. PB says, Down Litter is 2020. I bought it in 2021. So it's just a few years old, not too old. Nick Rich says 4 p.m. here, prepping for the next week. So I am about 5 minutes behind in the chat. It looks like I am a little behind in the chat, and we are coming up on almost 2 hours. And we haven't had any visitations from our friends over here. Oh, did someone call? Did someone, that sounded like an invitation to me. So here I am, just dropping in, just dropping by, say hi everybody, how you doing? Hope you guys are all feeling great. I know I'm feeling great. Hope you guys are feeling great. All right. That's kind of my thing. I just want people to feel good. And let's see, I'm trying to adjust this a little bit. I came in here and I'm knocking stuff over. Sorry about that, Trucker John. I'm knocking over your stand here. But hey guys, how's it going? Hey man, we're all just kicking it with Kamala. I've got an echo. I think Trucker John's got a new microphone or something. Look at that. Wow. It sounds a little, but I'm hearing a little bit of an echo. I don't know. Are you guys hearing it? I'm kind of hearing it. But yeah, hey, so guys, thanks for being here though, and I hope everyone's feeling good, doing as best as you can. You know, I know we got stuff, we got worries, we've got hardships, but hopefully things will get better as we go along. You know what? I was on a different account. Trucker John was on a different account the whole time. By the way, just so you know, but I'm pretty sure Trucker John was getting all of the, regardless, was still getting all the chats. Pretty sure. Hey, let me address some. I don't. Trucker John doesn't usually let me do this. Let me look at the chat for a minute. See how you guys are doing. We got Donald Leary says, "PB, wish my dad was still alive." Oh, me too. Me too, Don. I wish that too. So sad to hear about that. I know. I lost my dad 10 years ago, 12 years ago. It's sad. It's a sad thing. Still miss him. Miss my mom too. But yeah, so yeah, we miss our folks when they go. So if your folks are still alive, just make sure you try to spend as much time with them as you can, because they won't always be here. Fancy says, I think after he loses, I guess she's talking about Trump. Those cases are going to rain down on him. Yes, rain hell down on him. I agree. I don't agree with the salty language so much, but because I am Paul the Purple Beard guy, and I kind of, I don't really go blue. I go purple. No, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I hope that yeah, he's gonna have heck coming down on him. I think he's gonna have some heck coming down for sure. James Williams says, at least would kill me. Yeah, I heard Trucker John talking about that. That at least wouldn't do. Says, I don't wear them out. I mile them out. At some point, the new car is going to spend more and more time in the shop. Yeah, that happens. I can't afford the downtime. Well, there you go. So you just got to keep, turning them over. Yeah, getting into new vehicles. Yeah, okay. Well, that's a lot of miles you're putting on, apparently. But let's see, Roxanne has a 2012. I guess we could do some car talk today. Roxanne says, I have a 2012 GMC Terrain with 60,000 miles. Wow, that's actually kind of low miles for that old of a car. So, yeah, you got some good trade-in value maybe there on that one. Fancy says, laughing out loud. Fancy's laughing, just laughing over there, down there in Santa Monica or whatever, down there in sunny SoCal, down by Venice, having a good old time laughing at how great the temperatures are and the weather is, just making us all jealous, all that kind of good stuff. Cian says, it'll be a shit show. Oh, you made me say a naughty word, Cian, and lawsuits will fly everywhere. Yeah, it's going to be a real S show. Let me correct that. Let's see. Nick Rich says, "Hey, Nick Rich. Hey, shout out to Nick Rich. I think Nick Rich might be my biggest fan. So, going to say hi to 56 Nick Rich. How you doing? Good to see you. Hope everything's good over there in Canada. Hope everything's doing good. But let's see. So we got that going, and I'm just going to go back over, switching accounts. Go back over to Trucker John account. But hey, guys, it was good chatting with you, and I hope I'll see you guys on the next time. Hey, 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 hey. Salty language? Salty language is that's my wheelhouse. You want to talk salty language? I'm your guy. We'll talk some salty. I got your salty language hanging. Yeah. Fuck yeah. You want some salty language? Then I'm your guy. Salt away. Salt away at it, motherfuckers. I'm not this mamby-pamby all, I want to talk a salty language. Hey, Paul, I'm just fucking with you. I like to fuck with that guy. Anyhow, hey, PB's here, Trucker John. Oh, so that's this. Hey, Trucker John, PB is saying, here's the tip: ignore text as someone in particular. Those are personal. Yeah, Trucker John. Don't expose those personal ones, Trucker John. What are you doing? What are you, some sort of? What are you, Trucker John? Are you some sort of freak? Don't be exposing those personal notes. Anyhow, Trucker John, you got to watch out for that guy. He's just you can't really talk anything around him. He's a blabbermouth. He's just a big old blabbermouth. So you got to watch out what you say around him, because he'll probably just say stuff about you. So anyhow, yeah. Hey. All right, guys. Let me read some chat. Paul got to read some chat. I'm going to read a little bit of chat. Let's see. Tom Bias says, with garlic and turmeric. What the fuck is that about? I don't even know what you're talking about. Garlic and turmeric and all that. What is this, a cooking show? Anyhow, Jupiter Judy's got something. This is Fancy's right. I guess. I don't know. Who knows? Alvin Steele, don't make me soften you up with. Oh, whoa. Milk? Don't. I'm such a tough cookie. I ain't afraid of no milk. You kidding me? We're way past that. I think I'm kind of ironclad at this point. I don't know. I think I'm fossilized at this point. You could dip me in milk all day. It ain't gonna have no effect on old tough cookie. I laugh at your milk. I laugh at your milk reference. Pour the milk on me. I'm so tough. Actually, please don't, because I haven't really tested it out. It's a theory. It's just a theory. Nick Rich reminds us, expletives have their place, and this place is, there you go. Thanks, Tough Cookie. Well, you're welcome, Nick Rich. You're welcome. I would call you an expletive, but I wouldn't want you to get hurt feelings or anything. You know what I mean? Jupiter says, bye everyone who's leaving. Who's leaving? What, Tough Cookie? Then what are you saying? I'm on. Tough Cookie comes on and everyone's heading for the doors. Everyone's leaving, huh? Is that what you're saying? Tough Judy? I meant to say Jupiter Judy. David Willer, Yamaka makes everything good. Or Yamaha. I said Yamaka. Tough Cookie doesn't have his glasses on, so Yamaha makes everything good. Yamahas are motorcycles. I'm not. Who wants a motorcycle? We're talking about cars. We're talking about something you can sit in and have doors and windows on. We're not talking about fly catching in your face with a Yamaha. Jupiter is leaving. Oh no, she says bye to everyone who's leaving. No one's leaving now. You cannot leave. No leaving allowed. When Tough Cookie's on, you do not leave. You understand me? You must watch the Tough Cookie. All right. Don O'Leary says I can't do a high car payment. Yeah, look around for get yourself a good deal. There's probably some good deals to be made. I think somewhere. You just gotta be vigilant and do your best on that one. That's the tough cookie advice. All right, all right. That's kind of Brenda. Who's Brenda? Brenda Triplett. Hi everyone. Hey, Brenda Triplett. Good to see you. Hey, good to see old Brenda Triplett in the driver's lounge, as Trucker John likes to call it. I'm taking over the show for a bit here. So hi, Brenda. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. It's always good to see old Brenda in the old driver's lounge. And by the way, I think Trucker John's going to have to come back in because Tough Cookie is kind of thrashing his voice right now. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think you know what I'm talking about. All right, you beautiful bastards, you. I'll see you guys on the next one. But I gotta go get a throat lozenge or something. I don't know. All right. Yeah. So that's those guys. Paul the purple beard guy and Tough Cookie, ladies and gentlemen. If I had an applause button, I would have it on right now. Agoff Twiddler's here. Yamaha makes a good musical instrument. Oh, they do make some musical instruments. They've got pianos and they've got flutes, I believe. I don't know. And motorcycles. Who knew? You could buy a motorcycle and a piano at the same place. I don't know. Jupiter Jury, thank you for the membership. Yeah, I believe, I don't know if it was that Fancy. Somebody has been gifting them, and so I know Fancy did do earlier a gifting. I don't know who got it. I forget who got it. But Fancy is gifted. Nick Rich is gifted one, and Steven Sayers is a member for 4 months. I was just looking at the fan funding. So thank you guys for that. The guys are awesome. Like I said, I appreciate all the support you guys are giving me. And I do have a couple of members-only videos out, so that membership has its perks. You can watch those videos and see me like the non-members don't get to see me. I'll just put it there. David Windler, I have a Yamaha flute. Great. All right. Denise Wiggins says, "Oh man, I gotta go. I am the only one that does the grocery shopping around these parts. Love you, Trucker John, and the chat, who are always wonderful." All right. Well, I'm glad we had you while we had you, and the show's almost over actually. So you made it. You made it through it. We're gonna be shutting down here in a little bit, but yeah, go get your shopping done, so that people aren't complaining about being hungry. You know, they want you to do all the shopping, and then they complain about being hungry, right? Go figure. Go figure. Michael McAndrews says, "Cool, I got to get some of John live." Hey, Michael, good to see you. We are about ready to shut her down. We're going to shut her down, but I guess better late than never. Mish says, "Sweeping up after that crumbly cookie." Yeah, he's a bit crumbly. He leaves a little trail wherever he goes. That's for sure. Denise Wilkins, I guess that's kisses for all of you. Like I said, I'm not really good at emojis. But all right, Denise, thank you so much. Nick Rich, Yami makes pretty good guitars too. All right, Nick Rich, they don't need a whole list of all the things they make. I'm just kidding. Let's see. James says, "Have a great day, Denise." Tom Bias, oh man, I gotta go mow my yard. Yeah, the show's coming to an end. So now you guys gotta go do your chores, go do your shopping, go do your lawn mowing. I might go over to, oh, it's 118. They're opening the doors. I might go over to the Kamala Harris thing, but I might not. I don't know. Like I said, I'm lazy. I'm old. I'm tired. I don't really feel like hanging out over there. But anyhow, during the week, make sure you guys have me on the lookout. I might be doing some extra shows since Howell might be in and out and with his travel schedule. So I might try to fill the void a little bit. Maybe we can have a hangout spot. Like I said, I'm no Hal Sparks, and I'm nowhere near his level of expertise in doing a show. But it is at least a place where we can hang out, if you guys like to hang out. So be on the lookout for that and throughout the week. And then, of course, my regular schedule shows I still plan on doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thursdays normally a pre-show hangout, but with Hal's schedule, that might be up in the air. And then, of course, next Saturday, a week from today, about around 11 or so Pacific time. Just remember, I'm in the Pacific time zones, so all my times are Pacific times, and you will have to adjust accordingly because I know we got people from all over the world, which is a great thing, watching the show, and I really do appreciate it. Having you guys watch. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, hit the share button. That really does help bring in new subscribers and followers and likers and watchers and all that good stuff. So hit that share button. And if you guys could subscribe, that would be great. If you guys want to become members, there are, I do have some members only videos you might want to check out. And you're missing out. So you're missing out. If you're not a member, you don't get to see those. Only the members get to see those. And it shows me in a way that you don't always see. I'll just put it there. I'm just gonna leave it there. Nick Rich says 418 here, so it's early, but c'est la vie. Puff puff pass. Oh yeah, you're a little early on your 420 there. I guess that's the inference. David Willer, don't stand in line for 3 hours. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, they closed the doors. I think I forget it was 4 or 4:30. I don't know. I might go. Maybe I'll recharge and get something to eat. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I got to get some breakfast in me, and then maybe I'll head on over there. But if I do or if I don't, I'll see you guys probably Monday. I'll probably do a show. If Hal's not going to be on, I'll probably do a show Monday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, or something like that. So be on the lookout for that. Have I forgotten anything? MJ Daniel, don't forget trolls are welcome too. Like I said, yeah, they're welcome as long as they don't get too hateful and with hate speech and stuff like that. That will usually get them booted. And if they try to just spam the chat over and over again with their bullshit talking points, that kind of, like I say, if you want to make a talking point, whatever, but don't spam the fucking chat with it. Let's see. Anything else? Is there anything else I'm forgetting to mention or to bring up before I hit the end button? Again, thanks for being here. I got the new microphone. Hello, testing. I don't know. I'm just still figuring it all out. Hopefully, it sounds better. Not so echoey as before, and so it's a new thing for me. It wasn't too long ago. I was in my truck doing these live streams, and I was just making my own little graphics using a Sharpie and a manila envelope. That was how I would duct tape them behind me. You guys remember that? Some of you earlier followers and remember the day when I was sitting in my truck and I would duct tape a little what I call a graphic. Basically, it was just a sign that I wrote with a Sharpie, and I would duct tape it right behind me. That was how high tech I was. Now look at me. Now look at I've got this and I got that and I got back and I got blue screen, green screen. I got all this stuff. Look at this. And now I got a microphone. So we're slowly but surely maybe improving. Hopefully this is an improvement. And look, I got a ring light to light me up. So little by little, we're kind of improving the show. And it's thanks to you guys. Thanks for your support. That helps me do all this. Memberships, liking, subscribing, sharing. We've got the super chats, the super stickers. We've got the memberships. We got the buy me a coffee going, all that good stuff. And that helps to support the show and make it bigger and better, stronger, bouncier. I like to say that. I don't know why. It evokes a certain image, I guess. I do have a bit of a translucent hat going on, so maybe someday I'll figure out how to dial that in a little bit better. All right, so Nick Rich John can moderate too. Yeah, I can. Michael McAndrews doesn't like the bad trolls. Yeah, I don't like them either. MJ Daniel says, I will never get why so many still want to maybe vote like it's the 1800s. We do have a pretty reliable postal service in the U.S. We already voted by mail here in Washington. Yeah, if you can do that, do that. That's a great way to go. Hey, Michael Andrews. Thank you so much with a super chat. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting the show. And like I said, I always said that's greatly appreciated. But if all you can do is like and subscribe and share, that is a great way to help too. So all those things help. It all helps. So thank you so much, Michael. Your support is always appreciated. And let's see, but make sure you hit the like button. We got 63 likes. We need. I'd like to get the numbers up. I'd like to get more watching. I'd like to get where we get thousands of people watching. So let's go ahead. Make sure you hit the share button. If you're not sharing the show, you probably should. Roxanne, we need to get rid of the joy. I agree. I'm a former postal worker. I was a mail processor for 12 years. I worked on those machines that they were talking about when Trump was president, about machines that DeJoy was throwing out, the mail processing machines. That's what I worked on. I worked on the barcode readers and the optical code readers, OCRs, BCSs. I worked on all that shit. I mean, I didn't work on it like maintenance, but I mean, I was a clerk. I was a mail processor for 12 years. So I'm familiar with those machines. I know how they work. Now, it could be that I remember hearing reports that those were old machines that had aged out, and I could see that because those have been around since the late '80s. I mean, I don't know if those machines were, but if they were throwing them out and replacing them with new ones, that's fine. But if they were just throwing them out and not replacing them, then that's not fine because that would slow down the mail. That was the fear, and that was the of him doing that. Why he was doing that was to slow down the processing of the mail so that the votes wouldn't get through on time. So yeah, I agree. DeJoy needs to go. I agree wholeheartedly. Um, let's see. James Williams says, let me just finish up these. After they killed Hillary, there's lots of time to be lazy when you're dead. Don't give in to the easy way and stay focused on the right things. Yeah, voter apathy to some extent, but I think misinformation, Russian disinformation, I think is what killed her. And in pinpointing some of those key areas where people voted, either they didn't vote or they voted for Trump or they voted for some third party, and that was just enough to get to swing some of those key districts, and that's why the electoral college came into play, and that's another reason why we hate the electoral college, because it really makes it where minority can win, the minority can rule, and in a democracy or in a republic that uses democratic principles of voting, where it's supposed to be the majority wins, the majority rules. Um, the electoral college seems to be, to me, antithetical to that. And so I think we need to get rid of it. And we won't be able to do that until we get the numbers that we need. It's sort of a catch-22, right? We don't like the electoral college because it prevents us sometimes from the, especially a presidential vote, a national vote, that we see the winner, like a Hillary Clinton, uh, beating a Donald Trump by over 3 million votes, and yet not being able to win the election, not being able to win the electoral college. That is horseshit. And so we need that system to go away. But we can't do it until we get the numbers that we need in both branches of Congress and also in the state legislatures, the state governorships and things of this nature. To do a constitutional amendment, we need those numbers. So that's why I say stop electing Republicans. Start just voting. And I know most of the people in this chat, I'm preaching to the choir. We vote blue for all the things. We vote blue for all the things that are dear to you. We do that, but we need the American voting populace, to stop voting and electing Republicans because they're no good for us. They're no good for the country. I that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and put an end to the show. I do need to get me some breakfast. I'm getting pretty hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast. All I've had is this coffee right here. And I guess that's it. Again, thanks, Michael, for your super chat. Thank you to Fancy for gifting, and Nick Rich 56 or 56 Nick Rich for the gifting, the membership gifting. And thank all of you for your support. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your shares. Thanks for being here. It's awesome. I mean, I never thought I would ever really do a show with more than maybe 3 people watching. So if I've got a few dozen people watching, it's awesome. You know, and we've got 2,000 subscribers, and never saw that coming either. You know, I never did. I remember for a long time I had like less than 100 subscribers. So it's really awesome, the growth of the show, and it's all because of you guys. I couldn't do it without you. So, and you guys are an important and an integral part of this whole operation, this whole thing that's known as the Trucker John live stream. All right, guys, thank you so much. And remember to get your stretching in, because you do not want to pull the hamstring. I'm going to shut my mic off. That means I'm going. So, all right, guys. All right, guys. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. I'll see you later.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. All screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where right here on the Trucker John live stream. Know it's time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask maybe to take a shower? No, that's when I was out there driving, I couldn't handle the skin. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kick. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John. At least when I was out there driving, I couldn't handle the skin. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kick. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no